Hey Funkoholics, how you doing? My name's Terry Wellbanks. I'm coming at you from my Dungeon of Funkos as always. Today, it's been a minute, so I wanted to do a video and kind of try to catch everybody up a little bit on what I've been up to. I have done a few hunts, I've collected a few things. I definitely have some favorites this year so far that I want to go over, and I've got one set in particular that I adore, and I think that it's awesome. I'd love to be able to get my hands on the first portion of it, but that's going to be impossible. So I'm going to jump right into it and do some reviews, and then I wanted to talk about something real quick pertaining to ECCC and chases and all that. So a couple of my favorites that have came out recently, speaking of ECC, I'll jump right into that. These two guys are my absolute hands down favorites of the entire run of the ECC pops. We haven't got the Padme here in Canada yet. There's a few that we haven't gotten. We're never getting the Target ones, and we certainly didn't get the Green Batman and all that jazz. But these guys here are awesome. This is Rick and Morty for anybody that doesn't know. Rick and Morty is probably my favorite set. I'm yet to complete the damn thing. I am only 3 pops away, I believe. I think I got a trade in the works for Toxic Rick and Morty, which is awesome, but I still need that Evil Morty, Doofus Rick, and that damn Meeseeks with Box, which is pretty much impossible to get. So anybody that has them doesn't want to get rid of them, understandably. I wouldn't either, so I certainly can't blame you. Another one from the ECC that I really do like, and that I was happy that I was able to get because of how good it looks, is Cagney Carnation from Cuphead. I got this set. I didn't get the Mugman and Cuphead yet because the boxes that came in at my EB were absolutely destroyed, so I didn't bother getting them. I'm not really a box perfectionist. If there's an issue with the box on the bottom or the back or the top, I'm usually okay with it, but I cannot stand when the front's wrecked. I need the front to look good because I stack them, right? So I want to make sure they look nice on the front because that's how I display them. I don't obviously display them like this, right? This pop is awesome. If you get a chance to pick this up, I strongly suggest that you do. Even if you're not a Cuphead fan, and to be honest with you, I'm not a Cuphead fan. I don't really know anything about Cuphead. I know it's an Xbox exclusive game. As far as I know, it's coming to Android and iOS, but other than that, I don't know anything about it, but I know how much I love the looks of these pops. This set is really, really good. Even the Devil especially, I think he's probably the coolest, and I really like King Dice as well. This is super cool. So if you get a chance from the ECC 2018, ECCC, whatever, however many C's they want to put on it, this is definitely the one for you to get. Next up from my favorites so far this year, I also didn't pick up this set. I am going to be getting Beast Boy and Bear, but this one here is really cool. I'm a huge Cyborg fan, and for a common, I think this is really well done. I like that it's pink. I think that suits the look of the pop. I like his hair on it. I like his definition in his face. It's a really, really good pop, and like I said, this set here looks pretty cool. I have seen some of the other commons. I'm really interested in Bear, Beast Boy, and Cyborg from the set, though. I'm probably going to stay away from Robin unless it's the common Robin. I don't want the one with he's Nightwing or Dark Knight or Dark X Professor, whatever. I don't want any of that. There's also a Hot Topic one where he's holding a baby. I don't want that either. The only baby I want holding anything is baby Carlos with Alan from The Hangover. So this one here is really cool, and it is a very well done pop. Paint job on these ones are really great. The paint job, actually, ironically, there's a Vision that came out for Infinity War. Boy, is he ever terrible. That paint job is awful, and you have to search through every single Hot Topic one. Every one that Hot Topic got, just find one that doesn't have like a different dot on his eye or a big scratch across his forehead or on his face, and under his chin was all wrecked. It stinks that the paint job's so bad on him, but you know, what can we do? Another couple of my favorites are actually from the Infinity War set. I'm going to show you them. You're going to have to excuse me while I get up. I'm going to walk over here, and I'm going to grab out the ones that I do really like from the Infinity War set. And I also want to get my favorite pop of the year so far. Sorry, folks, if I'm all over the map. I should have had these prepped for you, but you know, I didn't. I just want to get a video in for everybody, which again, thank you for bearing with me, and I really appreciate it. Some of this set here is pretty cool. This set is going to be huge. If you're a Marvel collector, I feel like I collect some Marvel, you know, my Thing, my Ghost Rider, a couple of Marvel pieces I like. I like collecting the Spider-Mans and such, but man, oh man, this set is going to be brutal to collect. I think they're forecasting like 47 pieces. So for anybody that's a completionist, I really feel for you on this set. But there is a couple of really cool ones that I did want to get from this. This is the a Teenage Groot with a gun looking pissed off. I think they're coming out with a Toys R Us exclusive of him where he's on his iPod or maybe his iPhone. Really, really awesome pop. and he's well done. And it's ironic because I missed out on Teenage Groot. They did an Amazon exclusive, and I missed out on him. And I was so upset, and I thought I'd never end up getting a Teenage Groot. Sure enough, obviously I didn't, you know, foreshadow the fact that he was going to be in the movie. So next one that I want to show you guys is probably one of my favorite Marvel characters ever. This is Thanos. They're actually going to have, they have a 6-inch Thanos. It's an older run. They have this one who's in a regular size pop box. He's oversized for sure. This is not a small, this in comparison to to Teenage Groot is night and day. Really, really awesome pop. Thanos is so cool. They're coming out with a 10-inch Target one that nobody will ever be able to get except for my American friends. Congratulations. But yeah, super, super good. Now, this is another one where they've already released one of them before, and he came out in a Marvel Collector's box. This is Hulkbuster. For anybody that hasn't seen this one yet, it's very heavy. It's definitely made out of cast, I think. When you open it up, obviously there's plastic components, but there's probably a lot of cast and a lot of weight to this. It is awesome and totally worth getting. The price tag on this Canadian was only $19.99. I was expecting him to be around $24.99, $29.99, but for 20 bucks, you know, plus you get trade-ins at EB Games when you trade in games or you trade in, you know, other electronics and things like that. So it really worked out well for me. I think I paid maybe $3 for him. It was awesome and well worth the wait for this pop to come out. I like it better than the first one. A lot of people disagree with me, and that's totally fine. I'm not expecting everybody to agree, but I think that this guy here is better than the first iteration that came out. And it's like that with pops in general, right? If a pop comes out and then they re-release the pop in a different form, like for instance the Penguin or the Riddler from '66, they did one back in the day for just as a DC Heroes, and then they re-released it for the '66 Batman set, and the '66 Batman one blew them away. So I immediately didn't care if I ever got the if I ever managed to get my hands on the original Riddler and the original Penguin, because I had these ones, and these ones in my opinion are better pops anyways. So in that respect, I'm thankful that they're re-releasing, but I can understand how somebody who went through all the trouble of getting the originals is now like pretty pissed off that they're unable to, you know, their pops aren't as special other than the fact they're just older, and some people will want them still. But for me, I just stick to the ones that I got. I think they're great. So far this year, there has been an abundance of chases. There's been so many sets that have came out and that have had chases drop for them. A couple of them I really like, and that ones that are different. There's some that I think are terrible. One that I really like, and I shouldn't because it's literally just another paint iteration, is actually this guy here. Again, it's from the Cuphead set. This is yellow version. Now, the original is purple. This yellow version of King Dice is super cool, and I like him in yellow better than purple. I think that this pop is better than the actual common that came out. It's also Sentient Arm Morty. That's another one where it's not really that different. I mean, the arm at least is in a different pose, which is great, but other than a little bit of blood, there's really not much to it. There's the Will, I think, from Saga. That one's okay. It reminded me a lot of that Tiffany chase where they kind of just finger splashed a little bit of red paint on it to make it blood, but in the actual glamour shot, it looked almost like a handprint of blood across his face. That would have been cool to have in the chase. I ended up getting that one because of my pre-orders, but you know, I'm not overly impressed. Two that I am really, really impressed with are these two guys here. This is the Mad Max. There we've got Imperator Furiosa, and we also have Immortan Joe. These ones are awesome, and I think they're really, really well done. Especially him. I like because in his original he's got his mask, so if you get both of them and you end up taking them side by side in the box, or if you take them out of the box, they'll look really good. So my favorite set of the year so far, we're all the way in March, is a set that I've been waiting for, and probably my number one or number two grail. I've been fortunate enough to be with some great traders who have been able to get me some of my grails, like my Thing, Bane. I got a Ghost Rider. I've got a custom Jason that is incredible. There's been lots of pops that I've been able to get off my grail list. I think pretty much the only grail that's really remaining for me, there's probably three of them. It would be the Jafar from the original Aladdin, Genie, and Scar from Lion King. I really have a thing for Disney villains, and I think that they're cool. So those ones there specifically, I think, are my grails. They're not even worth a lot, but I'll be damned, they are hard to get. Well, the genie's worth a ton. I think the other one, Jafar's $120 US on Pop Price Guide. Don't get me started on that. And I think Jafar's 120 and Scar's 60, I think. So they're not incredibly crazy to get. It's not like I'm trying to get a holographic Darth Maul or anything, because I'm not. But anyways, the set, my favorite set so far. I'm missing one pop from this that I'm aware of, and it is a BAM exclusive flocked version. But this set here is the Aladdin set that has came out. This set comes with, I believe you can get Abu, you can get Aladdin, Jasmine, Raja, and Red Genie, or Jafar. This set is really well done. The most common of the bunch is the one I'm showing you right now. This is probably the one that I like the least, and I'm not sexist. It's not because it's a girl. It's just, you know, there's already 7 Jasmines out there, and they all look pretty much the same other than like a waving dress, or maybe a glitter if you're into the diamond collection ones. So this is the first one of the set. Really, really cool. Next up, this is the one I'm missing. I think there's a BAM exclusive flock version of Raja, which I need, but this is the common version. Super awesome. I've been so excited that they announced that they were going to make him. He's really, really, really good and really well done. Aladdin is a movie I watched when I was a kid, and I adore it, and I still watch it to this day. I might watch it when I'm done this video. Next up is the man himself. This is another pretty common looking one. There's not a lot to it. I would have liked him to be holding an apple or like a melon. Or even the lamp would have been really cool if he had that. But this is Aladdin himself. He's cool. I mean, they did it justice for what the movie is. But if he was holding something, I think it would have been awesome. Other than that little patch in his pants. And, you know, I know he's got his hat on the top there, but there's nothing really to him. The next two up are the regular and then Hot Topic exclusive flock version of Abu. The flock version's really, really awesome, and I'm glad they did it. The paint job is horrendous on the Abu, on the flocked, and on the regular, he's good. So I don't know if you guys, my camera is not very good. I'm doing this on an S8 Plus, so I wish it was a little better for you. Unfortunately, it isn't. But the paint job's just terrible. His sideburns or his little side hair tuft, it's painted over, it's into his ear. It's not very good. So paint job's no good, but the pops are awesome, and I'm glad they made an Abu. And they also have a Disney Moments coming out where they're finally bringing a blue genie with Aladdin, I believe, on his carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Next up are two of my personal favorites. They're probably a grail, regular or chase. It wouldn't have mattered, but I was fortunate enough to get either both. This is the Red Jafar or Red Genie Jafar. The chase version is a glow in the dark version. I haven't tested it. If you guys have and you know how it looks, let me know. I don't have a UV light, so I can't really maximize the glow in them. But the pop itself is awesome. They depicted it really well. Looks really cool. Now, the only difference in the chase to this, and there really isn't a heck of a lot that you can see. I mean, the chase on the base part of it, it's a little pinkish orange, whereas on the other one it's more just orange. Both are awesome, and it doesn't matter if you got the chase or the regular, it'll be the same thing. So great, cool pop. My favorite pop of the year so far, hands down, 100%, would definitely be Howard the Duck from Marvel Contest or Contest of Champions. A really, really awesome pop, really, really well done. It's cool in the way that he's sitting. It's cool that his head bobbles. I like that he's on his machine. If you've ever played the game, it's a lot of fun. Gets a little bit old fast because you can't get a lot of repeat characters, but it looks really, really cool. And on the back of him, he's got his duck tank. And if you've played this game, he fights inside of this. And the way that they did this pop is really, really good. The way that his knees are done, everything. I wish it had a little bit of wear on it, but the paint job's really good. This pop is my favorite pop of the year so far. I'm sure there'll be ones that come out that are going to be, you know, definitely take precedence over this. But for an oversized, I think this is the best 6-inch pop ever to come out. That includes Goro and that includes Thanos and a few of the other ones that have come out. This is really good. Definitely my favorite pop of the year. Let me know what you think and if you like it or if you're collecting those. I also have ended up getting Venom Pool and Venom Pool with his phone, the GameStop exclusive. Really, really good pops. And I know that pop in a box came out with a Venom pool, and this one blows it out of the water. It's from the game. He looks really good. He's got staples, you know, around his eyes. Fantastic looking pop. But Howard the Duck, for sure, hands down, my favorite pop of the year so far. So something I really wanted to touch on quickly with you guys was again, I'm going to get into the flippers and the ECCC thing. It really, really frustrates the heck out of me. So much more that it's actually about the flipping, or the shipping, I should say, not the flipping. On the day of the ECCC release, we were told in Canada, and I know it's not like this in the States, I know you guys were able to get everything that you wanted, which is awesome, and I'm not hating on my American friends. You guys just are lucky, that's all it is. I heard in the UK it's worse than it is in Canada, so that stinks, but I feel bad for people that aren't in America, essentially is what I'm saying. Because our shipping sucks. On day one, we got Alien Morty at Hot Topic, but we didn't get any Ricks. Or no, there was 3 Ricks. And then on, you know, you have to wait, and then you can end up getting them if they come in a restock. The problem that I have with the shipping to Canada is that we still don't have Padme. We don't have any of our EB ones other than the Cagney Carnation. For whatever reason, I don't get why Funko decides that they want to ship certain things to Canada and not other things to Canada. I don't know if they appreciate us as customers, really. If you think about it, I can speak for at least 50 Canadians that have at least 500 pops. And you would think, you know, that's a lot of money to invest in the company. And I know that these probably cost 50 cents to make. And I know that the boxing probably costs 15 cents to make. So it's not as if they can't make enough, and I don't know if they know. I'm sure that they know how collectible their product is and that people are fighting and clawing at each other just to get them to make headlines. Any publicity is good publicity, I get that. But Funko announced on Twitter, or they announced on their Facebook page that they had a big announcement for Canada. I still don't know what that announcement was. I thought that maybe, just maybe, they were going to have the stones and the wherewithal to realize that we also would like to shop on Funko.com. But that wasn't it. And then I thought maybe they were opening a Funko headquarters in Canada, maybe in Toronto, one in Ottawa or Vancouver, somewhere in Canada they were going to open a Funko or do some pop-up shops, right? They were going to travel around, maybe start coming to our Comic-Cons, because we don't have any exclusives for our Toronto Comic-Con or our Toronto Fan Expo or New Niagara Fan Expo. We don't get any of that stuff. So it's kind of a bummer that their shipping is the way that it is, and all it does is it actually enhances and helps out flippers, because they then can take, I'll give you, for instance, the Dilophosaurus, I believe, from Jurassic Park came out. Pop price guide, which is mental. They have put that pop at $50 USD. So people are now wanting $50 American for this because it says that it's worth $50. The thing with Pop Price Guide, if you don't know, is this pop will come out today, and the Pop Price Guide will post it at 50 bucks. And then after a week, this pop will go down to 30 bucks. And after 2 weeks, it'll go down to 20 bucks. So if you just wait it out, you're going to be able to get the pop at its value for $20. You don't need to trade somebody a pop that is well older, unless the Dilophosaurus is a grail of yours and you must have it right now. If you wait it out, I'm sure you'll be able to get one for around 30 bucks. That's my guessing spot where chases at least should land now, because there's so many. Before, when they were a little bit rarer and they were harder to get, I understood them being worth 50 bucks, you know, out of the gate on Pop Price Guide or eBay. But now there's access to these. It seems like everybody has a Dilophosaurus. I've seen everybody posting them. They want trades. They're selling them. Funkoholics worldwide will probably have people that'll want to trade them. They won't sell them in the group because they know, anybody that joins Funkoholics worldwide on Facebook knows full well, 100%, we don't condone flipping, and we just won't do it. So if you're flipping pops, it's not the place for you to be. Anyway, when Funko ships these things to Canada so lightly, it makes it impossible for us to get them and not have to pay an arm and a leg or trade like I'm not trading a dark side for a Dilophosaurus, the dinosaur chase from Jurassic Park. I'm just not doing it. I don't care. And I had a guy tell me that it was worth more than my dark side. No, it's not worth more than dark side. I mean, I don't care what you say. I don't care what Pop Price Guide says. You try to get a Dilophosaurus chase and try to get Darkseid and tell me which one is easier for you to get. I can't get a Doofus Rick on Pop Price Guide. He's only worth 22 bucks. I can't get a Meeseeks with box. He's 28 bucks. I can't get my hands on Toxic Rick and Morty. They're 30. Well, right now they're high priced, but they'll drop down. And I certainly can't get my hands on Evil Morty, and he's only 22 bucks, or even less now. I think he's 21. So the harder to get ones, Jar Jar Binks for me was a mission. If it wasn't for an awesome guy named Cody, I never would have got him. It's the same thing with Bane. You know, he's 80 bucks or whatever, but he's impossible to get. If you find somebody that has it and will trade it to you, do it. That is your time to attack. That's your time to make it happen. Because when they ship these things out, and they ship so few out of the exclusive ones, we have to go chasing them. And I think that that's partly what they want. They want us to, you know, have stress over these things. And this shouldn't be stressful. It should be fun. The moment that we make this into an investment as opposed to a collection, and the moment we take these things too seriously, is the moment that we've got problems. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try to do more videos more often. If there's anything you'd like to see in my content, please let me know. Again, thank you so much for liking, subbing, commenting. I love talking with everybody in the comments, and I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and taking time to care about what I have to say, which is normally just really fast talking, mumbling. And you know, to be over 600 subscribers is mind-blowing. I didn't think that that would happen. I don't care if I get another subscriber. I mean, it'd be awesome if I did, but you know, just being able to reach out to that many people and share my opinion, and have people agree or disagree and be able to talk about it and create that Funkoholics worldwide group and have people actually want to join it, want to trade, and understand that flipping is not what this is about. This is about the love of these things and the love of the characters. So thank you guys so much. Please leave a like and a comment below. You can definitely sub if you haven't subbed. Please check out my older content if you have any you know, if you want to see a little bit more about what I have to say. Thanks again. Much love to you all, and we will talk very soon. Have an awesome Sunday, and I hope your weekend hauls went really, really great. Thank you. Bye-bye.